So do you guys offer any type of flights?
Yes, we do. There's only one time of the year when we offer flights, really popular option. We do that during restaurant week. And so there's a different focus every day. One of the days we focus on lattes. The next day we focus on mochas. One of the days we specifically focus on teas. We have a lot of different loose leaf teas in addition to our matcha and our chai tea, which are really huge favorites. And so it's a very popular option.
Yeah, of the teas, I will say I love coffee and tea, and all of our options are almost, I would say, as good as the other. It's really hard to decide on which we like. So that's one thing that I like to do in the shop too, is I help people find what they like. And I will say, to plug a tea, the Shenandoah Blue is my favorite of those, which we'll have in a flight.
Yes, so restaurant week's typically around the last week in January, first week in February. So that's something we always look forward to, and serving up something that's a little different especially for our regular customers.
Welcome to the On the Move with Matt podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and highlight what makes Winchester and the surrounding area so special. Whether you already live here, you're considering a move, or you just want to plan a visit, my goal is to help you discover everything this community has to offer. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Move with Matt. Today I'm here with Chris, who's the owner of Daily Buzz Café, and Avery, who's a general manager and partner. So thanks for coming on today, guys.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So can you tell us, how did Daily Buzz get started?
Yeah, we got started 10 years ago in Delco Plaza. That was our original location. We were right there next to Body Renew Gym. And so we operated under the 0 to 60 Energy Café name for several years. And then when we moved on from that location, we rebranded as Daily Buzz Café.
And where are you guys located at?
So 2 locations, one in Stevens City, right in front of the Martins, and then a second location in Middletown, Virginia.
And have you always wanted to own a coffee shop, or are you just an entrepreneur?
For me, it's more about being an entrepreneur and seeing an opportunity in our original location. And so I do have a passion for coffee, for sure. I definitely have a passion, I should say, for bringing new food and beverage experiences to friends and neighbors as well. For Avery, I'll let her speak to it, but she's always had a passion for owning a coffee shop.
Yeah, I've learned so much of the business side from Chris, just working with them. I came in, actually, my first interview telling him that I wanted to own a coffee shop. It wasn't really just about being my own boss. It was more having the opportunity to offer that experience to people. I love helping people, and I believe giving people a good experience, good coffee, and then his ideas for different food items, like acai bowls is a huge thing that we've done in the coffee shop. It's still one of our top sellers. I love having that option to give people, and then all the connections we've made with customers, that's what I'm passionate about. So it's been a huge blessing to get to work in that and also move towards owning it.
So you guys aren't just serving coffee, you're serving full meals.
We are. We have a pretty solid food menu. We serve breakfast all day. That's a popular item. We'll have people coming in at 4:00 in the afternoon and ordering breakfast, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And we do breakfast right. We have a variety of options. We have a fantastic partnership with Sclafani. So we do Sclafani bagels. We get our eggs from a local farmer. And just a variety of things, including avocado toast. That's a very popular menu item as far as breakfast options go.
And is it important for you guys to be involved in the community? You have 2 locations, or is each location kind of bring a different crowd, or how does that all work?
Yeah, for sure. And why don't you talk about the difference?
Yeah, so our Stevens City location is kind of in that commercial area right next to the Martin's grocery store. Right. It's actually close to a lot of people's houses too, so we've become a pretty decent part of a lot of people's mornings, their breakfast spot. On Sundays specifically, there's a lot of ladies I greet every evening when I'm in there. They're the after church crowd. So we've become a little community meeting spot at both locations. Middletown's a little bit different in the sense that it's a small town area. So a lot of the same people know each other, and I love seeing other people meet with their partners or their friends in there. It's more about us connecting with them so that they can connect with each other at Middletown. And then Stephen City is more like they're coming to see us also. I'd say it's a little more busy at Stephen City. We do have a drive-through at that one as opposed to Middletown. It's a sit-down area. More of a like cozy restaurant vibe there.
Right.
And then Stephen City, some people are on their way to work, but we love having them have us as part of their morning routine.
Yeah, and both locations, though, it's important to us to create a community meeting spot, right?
Right.
So when we selected the name Daily Buzz, that's one of the things that we liked about it. So, you can interpret that two ways: buzz from caffeine, right? Or just community buzz and a place for the community to gather. So we've tried to create a community coffee shop vibe in both of our locations.
Yeah.
And so, people come in, we see the same people coming in every week, with friends, the same friends and family members to just hang out and, experience great coffee.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you guys want to expand and get more locations, or are you kind of good for now?
Yeah, we're good for now. I mean, we are watching Winchester for opportunities. We do a lot of delivery service business. A lot of that goes up into the Winchester area. And so we are watching the Winchester market for an opportunity to expand up there.
And through the drive-through, you see the same people every day sometimes?
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
pretty
yeah,
much-
I know a lot of them by name actually, and even their voices. They'll come up and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, Meadow. Hi, Dawn."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's great. I love seeing them, and I work at both locations also. So sometimes I'll be at one and people will ask about me, or they'll say, "Where have you been?" And I'm like, "I'm Middletown. Come down there too."
Right. And do you know their orders as well, or?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Some people are creatures of habit, and if I see them walking in, I already know what they're gonna order. And then there's others who like to switch things up on me, and I'm always like, "Okay, I see you're trying to throw me off today."
Right.
Or the ones who order the same thing every time, I tell them, "I'm going to be shocked if you change this."
And do you guys have a certain kind of coffee you like? I mean, for me, probably the average person, I can go in and order a regular house coffee, a latte, cappuccino, and that's where my knowledge ends right there.
Right.
So I kind of look at I see Americano and all that, and I have no clue what it means.
Yeah. So how much time do we have today, right? Because we're both coffee geeks
Yeah,
and we could talk about coffee.
both on that.
Yeah.
train.
So we spent a lot of time testing different coffees, trying different coffees. We were at Coffee Fest earlier this year in New York City, tried a lot of different coffees from around the world up there, talked to our roaster when we got back. And now we're working on introducing some new coffees into our cafe. So, coffees are a lot like wines. There's different growing regions. And so, what that coffee tastes like is heavily impacted based upon the growing region that it comes out of. Right. For me personally, I love a natural process Ethiopia. It's got a very fruity flavor and aroma to it.
Yeah.
It's almost like blueberry. And a lot of times the first time someone experiences that coffee, they think it's flavored, right? But it's just the natural flavor that's inherent in that bean that comes out. And it's really something special. I love to see people's eyes light up when they try something different like that for the first time.
Yeah.
And then we have coffee from Honduras, Papua New Guinea, a variety of places from around the world, but we're very selective about the coffees that we offer in our cafes.
Will people come in and kind of just say, "Surprise me"? I don't know what to order.
Yeah, actually, experienced that firsthand. That's one of my favorite things to do because it lets my creativity shine. A pretty popular order I'll get is surprise me with an iced coffee. So my first question is always, is there anything you hate?
Right, yeah.
I steer away from that and then stay within that bubble. Our iced coffees that we use are actually the same ones that we brew, the Honduras, the Papua New Guinea. I will say he loves the fruitier flavor ones. I'm more of the savory type of coffee, which it's the same thing. Depends on how it was processed, how it was roasted also. There are things like where the level of elevation where it was grown too, or the type of soil that a coffee was grown in that affects the flavor. But that's a lot of things that most people don't know, and it's fun to share that information with them. That's something that sticks with them. But what I do is, do you like caramel apple or do you like vanilla? So that's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, and we always have no less than a dozen or so different flavored syrups. And, we do all the seasonal favorites too, the pumpkin spice lattes and, the holiday related varieties as well. But we can pretty much make whatever you want. Raspberry mocha is kind of one of the things that we're known for. That's very popular. Our cinnamon bun latte is very popular as well. And what are some others that are very popular?
Well, it's not the coffee, but our matcha is top notch.
Yeah,
I
our matcha's
used to hate matcha, and I tried the one that we offer, and it's so good. It almost tastes like birthday cake, which would sound kind of weird for a matcha, but we love doing like different quirky ideas in the cafe.
Yeah.
I like doing that too. I'll come up to Chris and say, hey, I just tried popcorn flavored syrup, and I think we should do this in the cafe.
Yeah, we're a very creative and innovative brand, and basically, we tailor to our customers' preferences, and so we do a lot of, like, we can add a variety of popping pearls. We probably have 6 different flavors of popping pearls.
We do.
Yeah. Some people love that in their iced coffee, right? And whatever flavor of syrup they want. If coffee's not your thing, we also do Lotus Energy drinks, super popular. Looks great. It's a layered drink with a variety of different colors in it.
Right.
And then we also do bubble tea. We actually introduced bubble tea into the Winchester market many years ago, and that remains a popular option on our menu too.
Yeah. Wow, this stuff is over my head. I have no idea what any of it means.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about offering so many things, though, is it opens people's horizon. They don't know it exists, so when they try it, they're like, whoa, there's more out there. But we get to bring that into the Winchester and Middletown area, which is an exciting part of that, and another part of, I think, helping people.
Yeah, my wife and I travel a lot, so we've had a lot of experiences around the country and experienced different foods and beverages that we've introduced to the Winchester market. She mentioned acai bowls earlier. That's one of them, in addition to the bubble tea, the Lotus Energy drinks. We even introduced cold brew into the market. Now you can get it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
But we have a special brewing method. It's really cool. The next time you're in our Stevens City location, ask about it. It's on display right there.
It looks like a witch's like siphon or something.
Yeah, it looks like
a
laboratory experiment
chemistry,
or something.
Yeah.
But it's
like
very cool.
Like the nitro and all that?
Yeah, we have
we do
nitro on tap as well. So that's a very popular option too.
Can you kind of explain how does that work with
So basically it's food grade nitrogen that's infused into the coffee itself. Okay. And so it just, for people who haven't experienced it, it's just a creamier texture. It makes a creamier texture in the coffee. Yeah. We also do a lot with butter, unsalted grass-fed butter. So we do in that, and coconut oil for people who are on special diets or just want to have a different experience with a latte that doesn't involve milk in it. It also makes it very creamy. Our buttered mocha is very popular. We have a buttered coffee as well that's very popular, and that's been on the menu for many years. Some of the things that are on our menu date back to when we were in Delco Plaza and we were next to a high volume gym there. And so, our menu is very slanted towards healthy options. Right. So we do fruit smoothies and things like that. But some things on our menu are keto related for people who are on a diet like that. So if you come into our cafe, there's something there for you. And especially if you're trying to watch, what you are eating or drinking, we have fantastic healthy options. We are also in this partnership with Robbie. What's the last name? You pronounce it better than me.
DeMariano. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry, Robbie.
And his microgreens. We've got a fantastic partnership with him. We include those microgreens in our salads. We include those microgreens on our avocado toast, which adds like kind of a special touch and also a healthy touch. Robbie's also doing another coffee for us, a mushroom coffee, and it has a couple different types of healthy mushrooms in it, in addition to his microgreens. So that's another that's another new frontier for us that you're not seeing anywhere else in the Winchester market either.
Right.
Is mushroom coffee, and we've been putting that out there. I don't know, for about 6 months ago. Talk a little bit about the mushrooms themselves.
So the mushrooms that are in Robbie's coffee are turkey tail mushroom and then also lion's mane. I have a little bit of knowledge around the different types of mushrooms. First of all, I like eating mushrooms, but for health benefits, I'm looking into turkey tail, but lion's mane I know actually has properties of restoring like cells, like regeneration. That would look like something where if someone even was dealing with some sort of health issue, it can help restore those cells and build healthy ones. It's just a good thing to get into a routine of trying. Both that and things that are full of antioxidants are going to help you become generally more healthy.
Right.
And there's a lot of things in the world that can make people unhealthy. So the more you can do, involve things from nature, like the lion's mane and turkey tail, and even having it in a coffee where it doesn't taste like a earthy mushroom sort of thing, you're going to see a difference and honestly feel better.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a try, right? So we also do a chagachino, which is basically a latte.
That's a chaga mushroom.
That has a chaga mushroom in it too, you know, and there's claims around it helping with things like clarity and all of that. So they're definitely worth a try.
Hey, it's Matt Kilmer. Yes, the guy you're listening to right now. When I'm not sitting down with local business owners and sharing their stories, I'm helping people buy and sell homes right here in Winchester, Frederick County, and even across state lines into West Virginia. For me, real estate isn't just about transactions. It's about finding the right fit for your life. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or even buying your very first home, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. From showings to negotiations, you'll never be left wondering what's next. If you're thinking about making a move, pause this episode, send me a quick message, and let's make your next move the right one. All right, let's get back to the episode.
Do you ever see people come in and they're intimidated by the menu?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they don't know how to pronounce something they want to try, and they just point to it.
For sure.
Acai bowls have been called acai bowls or acai.
Yeah.
But I still know what they mean. When you become a barista, you're also a translator. So
Yeah, and we're not, when you come into our coffee shops, one of the things we really pride ourselves on is providing friendly service, right? Mm-hmm. So if you come in and have questions, we're into coffee, but we're not coffee snobs at all.
Right.
And so we love to talk about coffee and explain the different brewing methods that we use in-house and the different types of options that are available for coffee.
Yeah, it's kind of an educational experience, really.
It is,
It
yeah.
is.
When you go to coffee shops, yeah.
And that's something that sticks with you, too. All the experiences that I remember going anywhere was when I learned something. So I love offering that to any new people in the area. I love asking them when they come in, are you visiting or have you been in this area? If they answer that they're visiting, I'm like, okay, where are you headed? Do you want to bring this new knowledge with you?
Right.
So there's always something that you can learn anywhere you go, and coffee shops are actually a great place. It could be a library, depending on who's working.
Yeah, because Middletown has a ton of history.
Oh, absolutely.
So is there anything special about the building you're in?
Yeah, so there is. So that the building that we're in is the former Route 11 potato chip factory. Wow. It got started there in Middletown, was an important part of that community, an important employer for many years. Eventually, they outgrew the building and had to move south to another location, but we've repurposed the building. So, we have our coffee shop in the front of the building. In the back of the building, we do our roasting. So all of our coffee is very fresh because it's roasted right there on site. We get these huge burlap bags of coffee in from around the world and roast them right there for both of our locations. The other thing that we do at that location is we do all the baking for both locations. There we have a huge commercial oven, $20,000 plus oven, and so we do a ton of baking. Our baked goods are super popular, And so that comes out of that location. But you know what? It's pretty much exactly the same as the Stevens City location as far as the experience you get when you walk in there. You know, Avery's back and forth between the two locations as the general manager. And, you know, we definitely have a really solid staff. We're very outgoing, really enjoy interacting with the public and so, you know, we like to uplift people's spirits whenever they come in to the place just by the experience they have with our baristas in addition to the caffeine, right?
Yeah.
And so that location is a little different. It's more of an industrial vibe as far as the design goes, but same great staff, exact same menu as the Stevens City location as well.
And I will add, the building itself is the old Route 11 potato chip factory. We've kept some of the murals and also wall hangings that were in there before as a tribute to it. We have this big red potato sign on the wall.
Oh, wow.
People love seeing that when they walk in, and it's also a conversation starter.
Right. We love talking about the history of the building. We're very proud of it.
And I mean, you could make or break somebody's day as they come in. Like a smile or a nice gesture or something like that could really change their day.
For sure.
Yeah, well, you never know what someone's going through when they walk in. Even if they seem like they're having a bad day, maybe they're not, but you can still make it better.
Right. And do you guys get a lot of like business meetings going on in there?
We do. We have, there's people I see in there constantly who are having business meetings, and it is a popular spot to come in and, you know, in addition to having a friendly conversation, conducting business, and obviously we welcome and support that as well.
Has there been challenges that you face as an entrepreneur with this whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we went through COVID, right? So that was obviously a very difficult time for a lot of businesses. I will say that it was also a great time to negotiate a lease. So, you know, we negotiated the lease for the Stevens City location during COVID. And so, you know, we got very favorable lease terms. So, you know, there were pluses and minuses about that whole experience, and it changed the way we operate in some ways, and not necessarily, you know, some of it's for the good. I mean, you know, there were some things that we learned going through COVID. We got much more focused on, you know, selling and delivering off-site. So that's something that we really weren't hyper-focused on previously. And, you know, so that's kind of expanded our business and expanded who we can get our coffee out to. So that's one of the most significant challenges that we faced over the years. But every restaurant went through that, and you know, we're just thankful that we survived it. Staffing, you know, that has been a challenge at times in the past, but now we just have an awesome staff. People want to work for us. They love to work for us. We've got a great team environment. Everyone who works in there has a great time together, and they're hard workers and they know what they're doing. And so, you know, right now we're really humming with as far as staffing goes, but, you know, there's been challenges over the years, and, you know, all restaurants experience that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And for you, Avery, how has it been being a general manager?
I love my team. Actually, we've become more of a almost family-oriented type of team now, which I love to see. Since I've been here over the past year and a half, we've just had great people come in. Like I like to think that we attracted the right personalities, and we look out for each other now. That's something that I think anywhere you go, you want to be with people who are looking out for you and are your people, which is what we've built there now, and something we should be proud of, because we use that behind the bar as much as we do towards our regulars and customers. I tell all the baristas, I'm like, if you guys aren't getting along back here, how is it going to look for our customers who are walking in?
Right.
And that stuck with everybody. We're always checking on each other. We do things for each other now, like birthday presents. One of our girls actually had a birthday and told us that she's never gotten cards. So we got her 4 different birthday cards to try to make up for it.
Yeah.
And everyone just loves uplifting each other, checking in on each other. Of course, like I've been through struggles too, trying to find the right people, but we've been lucky to have just the right people show up when we needed them. And then sticking with each other is the most important thing, like through hard times, which Chris and I have done that, which is great.
Right.
And the same with our staff. Like, they've stuck with us too.
And does everybody have like specific roles, or do you kind of just all share all the tasks?
So we've definitely done a lot more with roles. We don't have a huge management system, but we've been working on polishing that. I'm the general manager, so I oversee everything, and I'm the eyes and ears for Chris in the cafe. He and I work a lot together to make plans. I'm the one who puts them into action. And then I have a couple assistant managers, actually. We call them our senior baristas. I'm technically a master barista.
Okay.
We've had some fun with the names, but everyone has just great skills, and we love recognizing for them for that and letting them use that in the business and have the roles that help them really shine and just get better and more confident in what they do.
Yeah, and that question actually brings to mind another challenge. So, and this isn't just a challenge for us, it's a challenge for every restaurant and cafe in America, and that's delivering a consistent product. So, that's one of our company values is consistency, right? And so we get to that through training. Recipe cards, we're very strict about following specific recipes for our drinks so that if you come into one location and Avery makes you a drink and then you show up in another location and I make the drink, it's going to taste exactly the same.
Right.
Because, we all have our favorite restaurants we like to go to. We order the same thing every time.
Yeah.
And we're super disappointed if it doesn't taste right. So that's an important company value to us in addition to providing an outstanding customer service experience. So that's always a challenge. And, it's about training and having someone really solid like Avery and as general manager to make sure that folks are getting the training on new drinks that they need so that we're providing a consistent product for our customers.
And when you're ordering, you said like large bags of beans.
Yeah.
Do you have vendors how do you order stuff from other countries?
Yeah. So basically, there's intermediaries that you do most of your ordering from. Some of it can be direct trade where you have a relationship with a coffee plantation in another company.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you go to intermediaries who have a large selection of different coffees, and then you just pick and choose what you actually want to bring in and roast.
Okay. And are any of your pastries and stuff, are you doing like local items? Like partnering with somebody like Robbie D's or somebody else?
For the pastries, no, we just bake those internally. So yeah, that's just, we make those on site and bake them.
That's something that I get to have fun with too. I've experimented with it before. One of our popular items is our coffee cake, which is a standard good vanilla cake with crumbles and cinnamon. I've actually added caramel apple to that before, which is something I want to roll out again soon. But that's one of the fun parts of being a family-owned business is you have that liberty of making something new and offering it to people.
Yeah, very true. So we Avery and I both have a very creative flair. So we appreciate the creative aspects of what we get to do, whether it's bringing new coffee beverages to the community or new baked goods or what have you, and introducing new things to the community as well. We introduced bubble teas, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago, and now you're just starting to see some of the major chains offering it in a very limited way. Yeah. So, that's definitely given us an advantage, and it's something that we enjoy as well.
Right. So do you guys offer any type of flights?
Yes, we do. Yeah. There's only one time of the year when we offer flights, really popular option. We do that during restaurant week. And so there's a different focus every day. One of the days we focus on lattes. Next day we focus on mochas. One of the days we specifically focus on teas. We have a lot of different loose leaf teas in addition to our matcha and our chai tea, which are really huge favorites. And so it's a very popular option.
Yeah, of the teas, I will say I love coffee and tea, and all of our options are almost, I would say, as good as the other. It's really hard to decide on what you like. So that's one thing that I like to do in the shop too, is I help people find what they like. And I will say, to plug a tea, the Shenandoah Blue is my favorite of those, which we'll have in a flight.
Yes, and so restaurant weeks typically around the last week in January, first week in February. So that's something we always look forward to, and serving up something that's a little different especially for our regular customers.
Do you ever think in the future you'll like do flights every week?
We get the question a lot. It's challenging to pull that off because typically it's a smaller portion. And so, to do that, we'd have to really think through how we want to offer on a regular basis those different portions. So it's not an easy thing to do. So that's why we generally just limit it to one time of the year.
Okay. Yeah, I would imagine there'd be a lot of wasted product.
There is.
Just you're not just pouring it in off a tap.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the challenge with doing the flights. But, for people to come out who want to experience, maybe they've not experienced anything but a standard latte in the past, and they want to try a variety of flavors or a variety of different coffees and coffee roast levels, that's a great opportunity to really come in and try some things.
Right.
We did do smoothie flights for 4th of July this year. It was at our Middletown location. We had a huge 4th of July celebration down in Middletown, so we wanted to do something special, and those smoothie flights took off. It literally took flight.
Yeah, people were very...
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on today. And do you have a website? I don't know if people can DoorDash.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, and it's easy to remember too. It's just the name, dailybuzzcafe.com. So order online. We do deliver to the Winchester area, Front Royal, Strasburg. So, we appreciate those orders as well, as much so as the people who come into our cafe.
Yeah, I say the best way to learn about you is come in, right?
That's right. Yeah. Come in and have a conversation. We love to meet people, and we're a community-based coffee shop, so we encourage people to just stop by and say hi.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming on, guys.
And thank you.
Sharing your story.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.